Hello everyone, today I'll be reviewing Bad Day at Black Rock. So Bad Day at Black Rock came out in 1955 and was directed by John Sturges, and this film is set in a small town called Black Rock, and it's a real desert town which is in the middle of nowhere. And this film was actually set in 1945, just a few months after the end of World War II. So right at the beginning of this film we have a train pulls up in this town, and a character called John Macreedy, played by Tracy, he steps out into this town, and all the people in the town, they're all looking at him really strangely and wondering, who is this and why has he arrived in our town? And one of the reasons why they're looking at him is because they say that a train has not stopped in this town for 4 years, so naturally everybody is wondering, why is this happening? And we as the audience, it's very clever because we don't know exactly who this John Macreedy character is and why he has stopped in this town, and at the same time we don't know why everybody in the town is acting so suspicious. So we essentially see John Macreedy make his way through this town, and we know he's looking for something, we know he's there for a purpose, and everybody else in the town is really giving him a hard time and making it quite difficult for him and acting very strangely around him. Now in this small town there's only about 9 people that are actually there. It's such a small town which is in the middle of nowhere. So we get the boss of the town, if you like, is played by Robert Ryan, and then we get his 2 thugs who are played by Marvin and Ernest Borgnine, and then we get some other characters. We get a brother and sister, we get an alcoholic sheriff, and a few other characters as well. And some of these characters, they are complete cowards in the sense that they're quite happy just to sit back and watch everything take place, and they're quite happy to see this John Macreedy character get real intimidated by everyone else and not get involved. And then we get some of the other characters who are obviously giving John Macreedy a hard time and trying to push him out of the town a bit. But it's very obvious that the people in this town, they are hiding something, and perhaps something has happened in this town and they don't want anybody else to know about it. So they're very worried when this newcomer comes into the town. And we eventually find out that John Macreedy, he is in the town for a certain reason, and although he doesn't know exactly what's happened in this town, he is making things difficult for everybody else in the town and giving everyone else something to worry about. So I don't want to really spoil the story too much in terms of what happened in this town, but as you can probably expect, it is later revealed towards the end what exactly happened. And in the end, when it's revealed, it's not entirely surprising. It's not a massive plot twist, and it's something we could probably work out, but it does give us a little bit more information and does make it a little bit more interesting. So this was the first time I'd seen this film. I was quite looking forward to it because it was directed by John Sturges, and he's also directed 2 of my favourite films, which are The Great Escape and The Magnificent Seven. And I have to say, going into this film, I really appreciate the look of it. It really looks really nice. It was filmed in CinemaScope, so it has that real widescreen, and it's filmed in Technicolor, so it's a very colourful film. It really looks really nice, and the opening shot is really nice, and we get this train pulling in this small town that almost looks like one of these towns that was part of the old Wild West back in the day, and it really sets the tone of the film really well. And I really like the acting performances, particularly from Ernest Borgnine. I think he plays a very interesting character. He's really sort of the town bully in a way. He really makes things difficult for John Macreedy. We get this excellent scene where John Macreedy, played by Tracy, is driving through the desert, and Ernest Borgnine's character is in the car behind him, following him, and he's trying to push him off the road. While both of them make it back unscathed, and then afterwards, Ernest Borgnine says to Tracy, "Oh, look at the damage that you did to my car," when really it should be the other way around. John Macreedy in this film, he plays, he is a character. He's really not fazed or not bothered by the way that other people are intimidating him, and he's very laid back and sort of, takes it on the chin. He's quite happy to say, "Oh yeah, okay, fair enough. I'll pay for the damage to your car." And I think all the others are quite surprised about the way he's reacting and are very suspicious of him. There is also an excellent scene where And I should have mentioned, actually, I didn't mention that Spencer Tracy's character, John Macreedy, he only has one arm in this film, so he supposedly lost his arm in the war. And we get this excellent scene where Ernest Borgnine and Spencer Tracy, they have this small fight scene, which is in this diner, and Spencer Tracy's character, John Macreedy, he manages to karate chop his way towards winning the fight. And it's a really excellent scene, although it's a very short scene, is very satisfying to watch and very well done. So overall, this film is actually quite short. It's only 81 minutes long. I have to say it absolutely flew by, and it actually felt shorter, even though 81 minutes isn't very long. And that's because this film is very well paced, although in some parts it might seem quite slow paced. In fact, it's actually very well structured because it suits the tone of the film. We want to know why John Macreedy is here. The atmosphere of this film, it feels very isolated, and it feels slightly eerie that we are in this town when there's only a few people here, not much is going on, and the citizens are obviously hiding something, and we as the audience, we want to know exactly what it is. I also do think that as it builds up to the end, it does get much more interesting, and the ending scene, it is perfectly executed in my opinion, and the conclusion with the scene at the end, which again I won't spoil, it's absolutely fantastically well done. So overall, I don't think I have much bad to say about this film. I think it was very well executed. I think the acting is very good. I really like the fact we get these different character actors like Walter Brennan and Lee Marvin, who do their performances really well as well. I think Robert Ryan is excellent as a bad guy in this film, and Spencer Tracy, he plays a very likeable character who, you know, we can really root for. So overall, I'm going to give Bad Day at Black Rock a rating of 10 out of 10. I highly recommend this film, and also remember it's not too long as well. It has an excellent plot, brilliant looking film, and I would highly recommend this one. So there we go. So that is my review of Bad Day at Black Rock. So what do you guys think? Have you seen this one? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Please let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.